What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Officer Show. Today we're looking at the Power Rangers Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Lightning Collection figures. So where we have the turtles dressed up in the Power Ranger outfits, where they became the Turtle Rangers in the Boom comic book series. So this is our second pack. So we already did the April O'Neil and Michelangelo pack. So now we have Donatello and Leonardo. So both of these are really cool. So we got Donatello as the Black Turtle Ranger and then Leonardo as the Blue Turtle Ranger. So both of these look really cool. Of course, Donatello's always been my favorite turtle. So getting him there with the Black Ranger, which is always one of my favorites as well, is really cool. And then also getting Leonardo fits perfectly with the blue and everything, but that looks really cool. And we'll go ahead and spin around there to the back where we can see them posed up with their weapons and stuff, so we get that combination of the turtle weapons mixed in with the Power Ranger weapons as well for each one. So that is really cool. So those both look awesome, and I'm excited to check these out because that last pack was really cool. So let me go and get them open. We'll take a look at them together. So let's start off with the leader of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, obviously Leonardo, but here we have him as the Blue Turtle Ranger. So he looks awesome here, dressed up as the Blue Ranger, but again has a lot of those features of the Ninja Turtles. So has the same body shape and then has the turtle shell and everything. So you can see the shell there on the back and the front shell piece there. I like how he still has the straps, much like Leonardo has. So he has the belt piece, but also has that additional strap that goes up and around with the holders there on the back. So that's cool with the diamond on it as well. And then he is the Blue Ranger. So he has the Blue Ranger design of the Triceratops. So he has the Triceratops helmet. So we have the horns and the little eyes. And on the visor piece, we still have the little red eyes that I think is cool. And then we have the morph on his belt with the Triceratops on it. He has the white gloves with the blue diamonds. And then, of course, has the 3 fingers there. And then down the legs, we have the white boots with the 2 toe pieces as well with the blue diamonds. So overall, looks pretty cool. And while we're here, just for comparison, here is the Lightning Collection Blue Ranger. So you can see, the comparisons and stuff there that they brought over from the Blue Ranger into the new Turtle Ranger. But of course, looks very cool because it has those turtle-like features. So for movements, we have the head that can twist all the way around. You can look down, pretty much just straight on, not much at all, and up a little bit. So not a whole lot of range in the neck there. The shoulders can come up 90 degrees, a little bit of that butterfly joint, but once again, they are pretty pointless because they don't do anything, but can rotate all the way around. We get the bicep twist there, a double elbow joint that bends up that far, and wrist can twist around and flex up and down for this hand. It's hard to see, of course, like an ab crunch or anything in there, but it does crunch just back and forth a little bit. We can see part of the opening right up under the belt there, and then it twists around there as well. Hips can come up 90 degrees out to the side of the bar. We can do the splits, a thigh twist that twists all the way around, a double knee joint that bends up in the back. It's a little bit stiff, but if we get it forced, we can get it that far in the back. He can kick his own shell. Shin twist at the top of the boot, and then the foot can flex back and forth and twist side to side. So again, has nice movements, some limitations, but overall not too bad. But there's just something weird about like the legs and feet and stuff. They are a little bit hard to stand up. I assume once you try to get them in like a pose and stuff, they'll be able to stand pretty nice, but just trying to get them stand just straight up, they're a little bit weird. But with this being Leonardo, of course, we get the unmasked head. So there's the unmasked head. I think it looks a lot better, especially compared to like the Michelangelo. It's still a little bit awkward, but again, it's based off the Boom comic, so it's going to look a little bit weird, but I think it looks fine. Let's see if I can get it switched out on his head. So there I was able to get it switched out. It wasn't too bad, but it is just hard to get the heads like back on, so I don't like doing it too much. But this is the reason why I don't like using these heads, is because I feel the heads are way too small for the body, like especially compared to the helmet. I know helmets obviously make the heads bigger, but I just feel it looks way too small and too awkward. So it definitely feels turtle-like with a big body and a little head, but that's just one reason why I don't like the unmasked heads. But it's cool they include them, but like for me, as usual with the normal Power Ranger figures, I will never use the unhelmeted heads. We also get some additional hands. So first off, we have some open like palm hands with their 3 fingers, as well as some fist hands. And with it being the Blue Turtle Ranger, we have to have their combination weapons. So we get power blades. So of course, like the power lance that the Blue Ranger normally has that you saw in that figure, but this time we have them in the 2 swords for Leonardo. So with the holders on the back, we can slide them down in there to be able to, like storm. I didn't know if they'd fit in here too well, because some things are weird, and we'll see it especially with like the Donatello, but there you can have them stuck in there. But we can also take and put them into his hands, or they do have the connection, so you can put them into the power lance, so you can connect them together like that and put him in his hands that way. And I do like the overall shape. So the lance does have the 3 prongs and everything, so they did continue on with that. Still has the Triceratops there, but I like how they continued on with that, but then extended the center one out into a sword as well. So that's pretty cool. But let's try and get these into his hands. So there's the power blades in his hands, and unfortunately it's not easy to get him posed around or anything because his arms don't bend enough, especially with like the butterfly joints not cooperating. It's hard to get his hands closer together to be able to connect those two, but there he is with like the lance form in his hand. And with this figure, we also get a Hasbro lightning effect here, so just a blue effect that you can take and slide up on the sword piece there, so it just sticks on the end, and that looks overall pretty cool there for the Blue Turtle Ranger Leonardo. And next up from the pack, we have the Black Turtle Ranger, which is Donatello, which of course is always my favorite turtle, but getting him in the Black Ranger is really cool as well because Black Ranger is one of my top favorites. So this is like a perfect combination for me. So he looks really cool, you know, very similar to the same. Obviously it's Black Ranger, so he has the black spandex, but still has the turtle shell there on the front and the back. And I like he has the belt and everything too with the diamond on it there, going into the back for the holder for his weapon. So that's cool. It has the Mastodon power coin there, and then again all black spandex and everything as usual, but has the helmet there, which looks cool with the Mastodon design. So we have the yellow eyes, the two tusks coming out, and then the trunk design there in the front. So that is always really cool. And this just overall looks really nice. And again, for comparisons with the other Lightning collection, here is the Black Ranger there. And again, you can see just they took this thing and just squeezed it onto a turtle's body to give it that design. So very cool. So for this figure, it's going to be pretty much the same as the last one and all the others, but the head can twist all the way around. It can look down again, just pretty much straight on, and up a little bit there. So not much movement in the neck. Shoulders up 90, a little bit of butterfly, rotate all the way around. We get a bicep twist, a double elbow joint that bends up that far. Wrist can twist around and flex up and down. It has a little bit of the ab crunch again under the belt there, so ab crunch and twist side to side. Hips up 90, out to the side, can do the splits. Thigh twist all the way around. A double knee joint that bends up in the back, can kick his own shell. Real stiff, but shin twist at the top of the boot, and the foot flexes back and forth and twists side to side. So as I mentioned, same movements as all the others. Now for accessories, we come with the unmasked head of Donatello there. So Donatello's my favorite, mostly just because I like the purple and everything, and he's like the nerdy one. But what I don't like with these, especially now modern days, that they keep giving him like goggles and stuff. So I don't like those goggles on his head, but everything else does look fine. I like how he's like that old classic like whole like head covering there. Looks pretty cool. So I like that unmasked head, but again, I won't switch it out because still looks like it's going to be way too small. We get the same set of hands again. So we have the fist hands and the open palm hands. And of course we have his weapons, which is called the power staff, which of course in this form it's just the axe, but his weapon's just called the power staff, but just your normal axe design that looks pretty cool and has all the same sort of features and stuff. So you can have it this way in the gun form or this way in the axe form, and with the gun and stuff you can slide the front piece back and forth there if you want to, of course, going into the power blaster mode. But that's pretty cool. So you can put this in his hands with, again, like I said, either the gun form or the axe form, whichever you prefer. But then we get his actual power staff, so it's just that weapon all extended out now. So he has the more of like the bow staff form that Donatello has, but it has the axe end on the end of it. So very cool there for that. So we'll have to put this into his hands. So there is the power staff in his hands, and it works a lot better because obviously has much more range with the staff piece, so you can get his hands much easier on it. And then for Hasbro effect, we get this like little piece there that sticks on the end of the axe up here. So of course you just have to figure out how it gets into position. There is like a little hole indentation up there that goes onto the prong there, so you just have to line those up. So once you get them lined up, it just sticks on the end like that. So there you can have some like power coming out of the end of the power staff. So overall that looks really cool there for the Black Turtle Ranger Donatello. Well, there we have our two Power Rangers Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle crossover Lightning collection figures with Leonardo as the Blue Turtle Ranger and Donatello as the Black Turtle Ranger. Now, both of these look really cool. It's awesome that they threw them here together since they both have sort of like staff weapons or like stick style weapons. So that's really cool that I like them. And then two of my favorites thrown in here together of the Blue and Black Ranger and then their corresponding turtles. This is just a really good box combination for me personally. So I really like both of these figures, and of course they're just the same turtles. So once you've had one, you've had them all, and they're all pretty cool in my opinion. But let me know what you thought of these figures down in the comments, and if you enjoyed my review, let me know with a thumbs up. But I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you all stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next review.